How you doing, everybody? This is Jonathan from BFF Bootcamp, and I am just making this video to teach you how to go over your fitness profile. As usual, we're going to start with the Jane Doe file. As you can see up here, you have your starting numbers, your current weight, your current body fat, and your age. All right, we're going to set your goal weight and your goal body fat. Whether or not your goal is to lose 50 pounds or 100 pounds will never start with your first goal weight more than 10% less than your starting weight. And then we'll just set your body fat accordingly. We'll have your height here and your gender here. Now, this is your starting status. This just says that out of this 170 pounds, 61 pounds is fat weight and 108 pounds is everything else. Now, in order for Jane Doe to hit 155 with 31% body fat, she needs to lose 13 pounds of fat and lose 1.85 pounds of everything else. Now, just because this number is negative, it doesn't mean that you're losing muscle, because it could be undigested waste, it could be water weight. So if this number is going down, it doesn't matter as long as the body fat goes down with it. Now, some people get confused with the goal composition. This says that at 155 and 31% body fat, you will be holding 48 pounds of fat weight and 106 pounds of healthy weight. That does not mean that we expect you to weigh 106.95 pounds. All right, this goal composition, we want you to have both at the same time. Now, your measurements will change. As you can see, Jane Doe's file started with her at 170 pounds, 36% body fat. Of that, she was carrying 61 pounds of fat weight and about 109 pounds of healthy weight. If you fast forward 6 weeks, you'll see that Jane Doe has lost 10 pounds overall and has lost 3% body fat. Now, her fat weight started off at 61.2. She is now at 52.8, and she lost a little bit quote-unquote healthy weight, but we're not too concerned with that because the body fat has gone down with it. If you look at the girth measurements, you can see that her arm measurement went down from 13 to 12.5. Belly button went down from 38 to 36, and hips went down a little bit, and thigh went down a little bit. Quick note on the belly button. Don't confuse this with your waist. The waist is supposed to be the smallest area between your chest and your hips. We take the belly button, which is normally the largest area between your chest and your hips. So we just do that because everybody wants to work on the lower abs anyway. So we'll be taking the belly button. In terms of your caloric need, this just tells you how many calories that you need to be taking in based on your activity level in order to lose a pound of fat a week. As you can see, Jane Doe started at 1370. Given the 10 pounds weight loss, she's at 1349. Not everybody's built the same. Not everybody's metabolism is the same, especially if you haven't worked out a long period of time. So if this number does not yield weight loss and you're consuming the right foods, and I stress that your calorie quality is as important as your calorie number. So if you find that you're taking in the right amount of foods and then the weight isn't going down, then we can just adjust. The key is to start at some point so we can go from there. On the other side of the page, you'll see that your recommended body fat ranges start up top. Basically, Jane is 38 years old. All right, so her body fat, we want her somewhere between 21 and 32. All right. In terms of food that inhibit progress, just some suggestions on foods that you want to stay away from, foods that can enhance progress. These are not things that you don't already know, and they're just good reminders to keep you on task. The BMI is not something that I track personally, but if you want to keep track of that, we also have a BMI chart available for you. And if you're seeing your doctor regularly, you can check your blood pressure. Also, here are some suggestions for protein that you can take in if you're not sure how to get protein in your system. And obviously, if you meet with nutritionists that we provide or your own, they will give you additional suggestions as well. So that's about it. That's the entirety of your fitness profile. You'll be getting your measurements done every 6 weeks, and I can't wait to see your progress.